Welcome, Valkyrie fans. Well, we got another win. This is out of the three games that we should win. We got the first two. Now we got one more to go in Chicago. So we just got to keep, even though this game was not, it didn't end the way we would like it to have ended, but our bench didn't come through. That we gave up the lead with, she tried to rest the starters and the bench couldn't hold the lead. So I had to put the starters back in. And you know what? We got the win. So, and it's away. And you know that the Mystics aren't just going to give up. And they hit some key 3-point shots down the stretch that got them back in the game. And fortunately, the last minute or so, we did what we had to do and, put pressure on their shooters and they didn't score. So we get the win 88-83. And as always, this is Grandma Mo. Appreciate it if you can hit that subscribe button for me. So let's go into the game. We had a great first half. Just fantastic first half. We hit 15 3-point shots. That's almost, the all-time high is 19. We were hitting threes. Veronica Burton hit 6 and Zandalacini hit 6. And then we had a couple people hit 1 here and there. But just fantastic game from Veronica Burton. She was driving to the hoop. She was hitting threes. She was making passes. Just fantastic game from Veronica Burton. She had 30 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists in this game. She had 3 turnovers, and she had 1 steal. She shot 76% from the floor, 10 for 13. She was 6 for 9 from 3, 4 for 6 from the foul line, which is unusual. She usually doesn't miss her foul shots, but 30 points. If Veronica Burton does not get most improved player, something's wrong with the voters, whoever votes for these things. Because, she came off the bench in Connecticut, and I think she averaged like 4 points. She has been just phenomenal. And especially, we're going to need her down the stretch. She has been just improving more and more and more. And it's just been fantastic. Just fantastic. So the other player that played really well in this game, or shot really well, was Chechi Zandalacini. Oh boy, she was knocking threes down like it was going out of style. Very nice game from Chechi. She was 6 for 8 from 3, 75%. She was 7 for 10 overall. She had 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 turnover. She scored 20 points. Just terrific. There's times where, I wish she'd drive to the hoop more. She does that occasionally. She did have one where she backed down. She kind of drove and then backed down and then did the turnaround fadeaway, which she does really well. So she did that once. But, just fantastic game. Fantastic. I just wish that, in this game, I wish our bench had just held the lead. But we had a sequence there in the fourth quarter. It was only like 6 minutes left, and we still had a pretty big lead. It was like, 18 points or something. And then we had like a turnover, another turnover, then a missed shot, then another missed shot. It was like, oh, come on. And then the Mystics got a 3, and then another 3, and then a foul. And it was like, oh boy, timeout, put the starters back in, which fortunately happened. So the other player, our rookie, Janelle Salon, she shot very well too. She was 5 for 9 from the floor, 1 for 3 from 3. She had 4 rebounds, 1 assist. She did have 3 turnovers, but she also got a steal. So, another good game for Salon. Her too, drive to the hoop. And then the other player, Tiffany Hayes. Tiffany Hayes was driving to the hoop like just terrific. She was at the foul line 8 times. She just kept driving to the hoop. So she had 14 points. She got a key rebound late in the game. I can't remember who took the 3. I think it was Repair took the 3 and missed. And Hayes got that rebound. And then that sent her to the line, or it got us the ball back. And then she eventually got fouled again and ended up getting those 2 foul shots that gave us, the more than 1 possession lead. So, key plays from Tiffany Hayes. And she was 3 for 7, which is 42%. And she took 1 3 but missed. Rupert, she was wide open in the center and didn't even turn to look and shoot, just put the ball up. She was taller than anybody on the floor. And they weren't even passing it to her after a while. It was like, oh my God, just turn around and shoot the ball. Anyway, she's still new with the team. She's only played a couple games. And I think this is why Natalie must be just leaving her in there just to get her, up to speed. Because, I was shocked she didn't put Temi back in or put Amihir in. I don't know why Amihir didn't play. Because she definitely could have spelled her and put some more athleticism in the, especially on defense. So I don't know why that's happening. I haven't watched the post game yet. I don't know if that'll be answered there anyway. But looking at the quarterly scoring, we were up 30-12 in the first quarter. The second quarter was even, 16-16. Third quarter was even, 24-24. And then the Mystics outscored us 31-18 in the final quarter. It was getting scary. But we get the win, 88-83. And you know what? A week from now, who cares? We got the win. We're taking care of business. We need to take care of one more. Get the win in Chicago. And here's the interesting thing. If the New York Liberty and the Aces are playing right now, if the Liberty beat the Aces, we are now ahead of the Aces. We're going to take over the 6th spot. Maybe temporarily, but we're going to, I think we are. Yeah, because they're tied with us in the loss column. So Washington had more points in the paint than we did. We were shooting threes like it was going out of style, though, so that's not surprising. Fast break points were even. Their bench points, our bench did not come through for us today. 24-11, they outscored us. Turnovers, we had 13, which is a little high. It's not terrible, but it's a little high. And Washington had 8. But they got 17 points off those 13 turnovers. And that was, there was at least a couple of those in the fourth quarter. So, but you got to hand it to Washington. They didn't go down without a fight. And they had 5 players in double figures. Citron only had 4 points well into the fourth quarter. So most of her points, and Shug Sutton was one of the other ones. She hit a couple of threes. Inksler hit some. Inksler was 3 for 3 from 3. She actually shot 100%. She was 5 for 5. We let her get inside a couple times on defense. It's just so noticeable when Temi is not on defense. We have got to figure out a way when she is not in the game to have that same intensity on defense. But you know what? The Mystics, they were not going to go down without a fight. And just, hats off to them. They made it scary. I was getting nervous there. But ultimately, we shot 51% from the floor, 46% from 3. And like I said, 15 3-point shots we nailed out of 32. We were 15 for 17 from the foul line. On the other hand, the Mystics, they shot 46%. Most of that, I'll bet that percentage was much lower than that until like the 6-minute mark in the fourth quarter. Because they hit a bunch of shots in the fourth quarter. They were 7 for 24 from 3, 29%. And they were equal. They missed 2 foul shots. So all that was even. Rebounds. We out-rebounded them 30-26. Kiki Irifin, she had double-double for her. She had 14 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Citron, 15 points. And like I said, she was 4 for 13. All of those 4 were in the last 6 minutes. She was definitely making a run. Stephanie Dolson had 5. Jade Melbourne had 10. She was 3 for 5, 4 for 6 from the line. Shug Sutton, 15 points. She hit that one key 3 in the fourth that brought them really close. But she was 7 for 11 overall. And then Inksler, 13 points. She had 5 rebounds, 2 assists. She had 3 turnovers. She tried throwing the ball across the court once, which, they were on a run. And sometimes you wonder why players do that. It's like, just keep dribbling the ball up the court. Or, just hold it up. Just, sometimes I think they get too excited. And then they just want to give it to a guard. And then wherever they are, they throw them the ball. But anyway, I like Emily Ing. So she gives them a boost in energy. And, she played well this game. So Sheldon, 5 points for her. She hit a 3 and then another basket. Alicia Clark, she didn't hit any shots, but she went to the foul line and got 2 points. And then Lucy Olson, she had 2 baskets. And those were also in the fourth quarter, I think. I know one of them was. But she was one of the ones that was helping them catch up. But overall, you know what? A win's a win, right? Valkyrie fans, we got the win. Now we got to go to Chicago. And Chicago was playing Connecticut about half an hour before this game. And they almost came back and beat Connecticut. But Connecticut, I have a feeling Chicago may end up last. Because Connecticut is definitely playing better. So I'm going to review that one next. So that's it for this one. Go Valkyries. We are doing well. And we'll see you next time.